Welcome back to episode 17 of Project Ozone 2 Kappa mode, and I just wanted to show you this power setup, which will save you fuel, certainly even in the short run, let alone the long run. I have a vibrant capacitor bank here, and it's connected to our main system where everything's getting power from the right-hand side, and from underneath is our power system from the diesel. They're not connected to each other. So this is sort of in-series battery, and you'll see it's draining right now. It's on 440 million RF just from one vibrant capacitor bank. Now, what's going to happen is this power monitor is set to engine control, and it'll emit a signal as soon as it drops below 25%, and as soon as it hits 90%, it will stop the... which round is it? Yeah, so it turns on when less than 25, and it stops when it hits 90. That goes to this behind the scenes. I don't really need it along all of these engines. That was just another option I could have gone for. All I've got it doing is having my fluid transposer, you'll see it's not doing anything right now, set to signal required high. So it's not going to fill any more buckets and put them into these until this signal comes on, which only happens when our capacitor bank drains. So we're using no fuel right now. When this turns on, from these four and diesel, it goes up to a gain of it's losing about 900 RF per tick now. It goes up to a gain of about 11,000 or 12,500 RF per tick. So yeah, we would be wasting all of that otherwise. I can of course speed everything up to use more fuel, but I don't need to just yet. So that's a power setup. It's very, very worthwhile, and I did actually move the cows from over there across into the last millennium. So again, no more mooing, and we got that out of the way. I did, however, I wanted to actually get that armor up to the next level, and that needs that exoskeletal stuff, which only comes from beetles. So I thought, why not make an auto spawner? And some of you may know what's coming up, some of you may not. So I made a beetle auto spawner, and it has an enchantment cost of 300 levels. Suffice to say, I'm not making an auto spawner anytime soon. I think the XP obelisk is on 220, but of course I imagine there's exponential, 226. There's sort of exponential effects there, however, with each level, so it's getting slower and slower, so that's not going to be anytime soon. So again, I thought, well, I can get some beetles, and I can set up another way of doing things. I can put them in a breeder with turnips. That's what the wiki says they use. And then a chronotyper, which will grab all the babies and move them into this, where I can then kill them for their chitin. Nope. Not in this mod pack. You are not breeding them at all. So yeah, it's going to force you to get that armor upgrade via other means. Fine. So what I thought we'd do today is look at Pneumaticraft, and to do that we're going to need some TNT. We're going to need a what are we going to need? Obsidian. 29 should do it. And we're going to need some iron, and I think I'm going to take some blocks. Quite a few blocks, in fact. Don't have to be blocks, you can use iron ingots, but it's just more efficient for me to grab things this way, and we should head somewhere. Don't want to do this in the Erebus, nor the Ether. Yeah, it's going to have to be a mining world, which I did say I'd show you at the end of last episode. So once it loads, here we are. And this portal you make out of those bricks that I showed you how to make at the end of last episode. You right click with a mining tool and you just enter the portal. You can only move between them once you sneak in the portal, otherwise it doesn't work. So we can just, okay, Project Red. You'll see structures spawn here and passive animals do spawn. There they are, there's some over there. Also chance cube for some reason. And this may just mean that our fluid cows will spawn here as well, rather than in my base constantly. Side note, magnum torches don't help with passive mobs. I tried to stop them spawning in my base. Yeah, that didn't help. So I'm just going to set this up so that we can safely-ish set up our... That should do anyway. Set up our TNT. We can put it right there. We can drop in, make sure my magnet's not on. It isn't. Our iron. And then we just grab 2 ways of doing it. One is with a lever, which I don't have any. Or you can just use flint and steel. When you use flint and steel, right, that is. Let's put that on again. And we should get an explosion. Which doesn't ruin the landscape, of course. And we get an awful lot of compressed iron. Which is the thing we need to start Pneumaticraft. As you might imagine, Pneumaticraft compresses things using air. So all that compressed iron, I think we should just be able to convert back this way, of course, just like normal blocks. And then we need to look at the next quest. Let's just complete this one and actually get the loot chest. I don't want the chance cube, but I will see what loot we get. Galacticraft. Okay, I'm not sure whether I'm going to need that, but we'll put it away anyway. So what's the next quest? We're going to need to work our way down through Pneumaticraft and this way. I have already gone through a fair number of the quests. There's Alpha, Beta. I've not gone through all of Britannia yet, but I need to do that. A lot of it can be done off camera though, because a lot of these items are just in the book. Gamma, again, nothing there. Nothing really much in Delta yet. A lot of jetpacks. We've already got flight, of course, so I don't need the jetpacks other than the quests, and that will take us into thermal expansion stuff. However, now we need to go into this. So we get steel casings. That's the next quest in. And that needs a pressure chamber, which is unfortunate. Okay, so what do I need for a pressure chamber? Okay, so there are a few things. There's the walls, the windows, there'll be an interface, yep, and a valve. Valve is for the air to go in and out. The interface is for items to go in and out. And getting the walls should be straightforward. Vibrant alloy infused quartz. That should be, again, straightforward. If I have any vibrant left, I think I do. Yep, we got some vibrant. And I have some fused quartz for a change, which actually surprises me. I normally use it all up, making soul vials of all things. So let's just grab some walls. That was more than I was expecting, but it's fine. We don't need a large chamber for now. We can make some windows. Or not. I thought that was the window recipe. Oh, it needs valves. Okay, and the valves need pressure tubes. Pressure tubes just need some glass. Fine. Let's actually get some glass. Clear glass never works. I wish it did. We get a few of those. Return everything. And now, can we make you? Yeah, make a few valves. I'm not going to worry too much about the exact amounts. And then windows, I'm not going to need very many of those at all, at least not to start with. Valves we already have. Interface is just pressure chamber wall and a hopper. I think I've got a hopper somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Actually surprised I remember where that was. Okay, and now we need to assemble it somewhere. So I guess either down here or up here. Let's put it next to the rest of our steel production, which is sort of ideal. And I think we can go with 3x3, which is the minimum size. And this is a multi-block structure, so bear that in mind. I'm not sure where I'm going to insert the air from, however. Maybe below? So let me No, maybe behind. So let's just use windows here. That's fine. And we can do this and this. Put our interface on the front. That may need rotating. Unless I can place it like this. Yes, I can. Good. We want the valve. Do I have a valve? Okay. Let me go and grab a valve. I think I just use them all in crafting. Now I've got valves. One in the back, and then I think the rest of the multi-box structure is just windows and walls. So I'm probably going to need an engineer's hammer again. That's fine. And windows. Helps if you put them in the right place. Yeah, do I have an engineer's hammer? I do. Will you fall? And it was actually the valve on the backside that was oriented the wrong way. Once you have the dot pointing outwards, it forms into a multi-block. There is no wiki entry, and unfortunately the mod doesn't seem like it's being updated in future versions. So someone else is going to have to take it over maybe. But we need now to get some air compression going. And that should be relatively simple because I've already made this diamond furnace from ages ago. And this is sort of what I need, along with a couple of the parts. Air compressor is... yeah, I can never find it. There we go. And there's an advanced version which needs advanced pressure tube. Let's use assembly controller. Yeah, let's not go there. Let's just get the basic one. And air compressor. Now, does this actually just take, I wonder, furnace fuel? Or am I going to need something else? Let's just put it there. Yeah. Insert any burnable item. Fine. So we just need some fuel, and there we go. That's going. So I just need now some of those pipes to connect to the pressure chamber, and then we should have a way to create compressed iron. Compressed iron without blowing things up anymore. Pressure tube. Okay. So connect. There we go. So this now should be raising the pressure inside here. You got any problems? No problems. Okay, cool. I think I can only see the pressure here. So yeah, that's gonna be going up very slowly. That's gonna be going for a while. So yeah, I'm not sure. I wonder if we can use our high temperature fuel just to keep it going for a long time. That might be worth something to see whether that could actually work. A bucket. If I just grab a bucket of diesel. Will you accept? I guess you would. So I could actually set up another autonomous activator or one of those Ender IO tanks that I use over in Britannia. And maybe that will work. We'll see once this actually finishes, see what actually happens to this. So now I should be able to put regular iron in here. Whoops. Let's put some blocks. Why don't I grab half a stack? Let's grab a full stack. I'm not sure how long it takes, so I just want to make sure I keep an eye on it. That's the filter. Do I have to just push stuff into this rather than anything else, I wonder? Okay. Maybe I do. Okay, item conduits. Yeah, let me sort that off camera. Okay, so there we are. We do have to actually push it in using an item conduit rather than just placing it in there anyway. It has closed the top door and opened the bottom door, but it won't actually do anything until there's a pressure in there, which it's building. Add pipes machines. How is air leaking? Maybe that's because the door is open. Can we take you back out? No, we can't. Okay. So I'm probably going to need another interface to pull things back out again, probably on this side, which I will make once it's compressed the first batch, because it'll probably break everything if I go through this window with there we go. So it did work with the high temperature stuff, so that's fine. Not sure how long it's going to last, but we'll see. Now, I don't know whether that thing will actually blow up if it gets too much air, but there is a module which will stop it anyway, so I may as well craft it regardless, even if it doesn't need it for that machine, it may well need it for the more advanced machine. So let's just do that anyway. Let's grab this and then just grab the upgrade, which is, what does it actually need? Is this obsidian lava? Am I out of obsidian? I am. Wow. Do I have any in my inventory? No, guess not. Time to turn on the obsidian machine. I don't normally leave it running, so yeah, let's just grab the Yeti wrench. And by the way, I did say engineer's hammer. I don't know why that's not immersive engineering. It's just because of the way the machine looks, I think, that I associated with it. So yeah, don't use your engineer's hammer. That's not going to help. Let's just export from you into you. And that should get us some obsidian. Plenty of lava there, so I'm just going to go on to passive, well, it's not passive, it will use lava to make more obsidian, but it's fine for now. I don't need it a few. Security upgrade. I know for a fact you have everything now. Yep, there we go. So security upgrade, and we've got that for the future. There is another few upgrades you can actually apply as well. That's in there. This is the amount of pressure that's actually building, but on the upgrades tab, there we are. You can also add more volume and speed upgrades. And speed upgrades, I think they're different than we've already used before. Yeah, there we go. So we need sugar, lapis, which we've got on the lubricant bucket. And lubricant is going to come from what exactly? Thermopneumatic processing plant. Handily, it comes from diesel. Which I guess is pretty handy for us. So yeah. Oh, it's actually now accepted the iron in there. And it shut the inner door. There are no problems. So that should be fine. Now, once that's changed over, I may be able to pull that stuff out without destroying this block. Let's wait for that to complete. Yeah, it's got a nice amount of documentation. That's why I never did find the wiki online. So looking at this is it's a much greater use. Not sure what pressure it's going to activate on, so let's give it a few minutes. And conversion complete. They're now slightly duller color. I'm just wondering if I can use the magnet to get them out rather than anything else. I can. Okay, so no more interfaces needed. And I've got more compressed iron. Cool. So what do we actually need for the rest? We need steel casing to get this quest complete. And steel casing, was that just some compressed iron in a crafting grid? Okay, no, it needs a few things. So it needs steel in a pressure chamber, some black plastic, and machine frames. We can make most of those, but I need black plastic somehow. That is just squid plant seeds. Okay. Or plastic mixer. I can't seem to get squid plant seeds from anything, so I guess we're getting liquid plastic from somewhere. And I'm going to need cactus. So I'm going to need to grow cactus green. I already have lapis, I already have the ability to grow rose red. So that's just from cactus. Liquid plastic, how do we make that? Again, the thermopneumatic processing plant, and this needs LPG. That's not great. I don't have an LPG cow. But I do have an oil cow, so I could go from Refinery. And it has fraction of fractionating column. Cool, so we can get diesel, kerosene, gasoline, and LPG from oil. But I need to go via the Refinery, so that's going to need a few different things. The Refinery... That's the Galacticraft Refinery. I don't want extra planets. I just want the Pneumaticraft one. Yep. That's an extremely simple recipe, so we can grab that, and then I'll grab my oil cow. Alright, so here we are in the last millennium, and here I've set up my cow, well, new homes, shall we say. In here we've got the diesel cows, which we've had before, blazing pyrotheum cows, and it seems that they don't naturally despawn, which is a very, very good thing. I haven't put them through a jailer's safari net or anything, so that's all well and good. And here, well, let's actually just put some other... we'll get them to stand on compressed iron because I have some available. There we go. And put the fluid cow in place. So here we have ranchers, which are all hooked up to this one high temperature furnace generator, which is far too much for these really, but it's fine and works. As you can see, we've got a full diesel drum. It's not going to materially affect how well these go. So we have an ender tank. I guess I can put that into a drum later. But in the meantime, we can just use one ender tank, and I can drum it off at the other side because I don't, it doesn't need to be, you know, self-fulfilling or anything. So, iron pipes. Actually, really enjoying using these Mekanism pipes. Very, very cheap and easy to make. So, yeah, well recommended. At least to start the game. Ender fluid conduits are good later, of course. Okay, so that should be hooked up. It is actually counting down, and that's triple black. So once your current cooldown drops, we should start seeing oil at the other end. So let's head back to the base and set up the refinery. Alright, back here at the base, and I've made 4 refineries. It's a fractionating column, so I guess we gotta insert these correctly. Yep, not enough heat, no oil. Not enough refineries. You need to have 2 to 4, so we're just going to stack them. And essentially each block will then export one of the fuels that we actually are going to get. Temperature is, well, not great, so we're going to have to solve that one. Redstone behavior I don't need to worry about just yet. So we need to pump oil in, so let's get oil first of all. And I don't know whether it actually needs to go into any block, so... what I'm just going to do is try and feed it into the top, maybe. Do I have any more iron pipes? I do. I'm going to go through a drum just as a buffer. And one further up. More iron pipe. And then our ender tank, which should just have enough. If I switch that around, that will start pouring oil, which it has done, which will then get pumped in. If I just change this to pump, we don't need that because of the spinny thing on the front. We do need it here, however, to pump everything in. And we're getting oil. So problems are going away. We need blocks that generate heat around this machine. So, I'm just tempted to go for pyrotheum again. But maybe we can get away with lava. Again, using these steel blocks because it's in theme. That's the reason. It's totally not because this is the only block I am to have on me right now. Can we get some lava then? Buckets. I've got some lava up here somewhere. And I'm just wondering whether we'll need to get one at the back. Hopefully not, because I'm going to need to pipe stuff out. So let's drop you in there. Apply more heat. Well, that's not good. I guess lava's out. Let me find something else to generate heat. Okay, so I crafted a Vortex Tube. That seems to be the in-mod version to do this. Where's my Vortex Tube gone? There it is. Let's put that down. And if we pop this down, you'll see there's a hot and a cold side. We want the hot side going the other way, so let's just hit it. You're deciding not to do that, so let's just grab it this way and put it this way then. Yeah, that'll work. Just need to place it one block closer. There we go, and we just leave this side open to the air. And then I'm going to need to feed, in fact, let me put it the other way. No, this is fine. This is fine. I'm now going to feed it to feed in air from compressors. So again, I'm going to put 3 compressors down and then some of the tubes. There we go. And then we just need to feed this with stuff. In our case, let's just fill it with coal blocks maybe, just because I haven't got a self-fulfilling system there yet. So coal, don't have a huge amount of blocks, but that's fine. Let's go and fill these up. Okay, so they should, and I say should, yeah, they are increasing. There's no problems there. I don't think there's anything I can interact with on this side, but if you see north and south temperatures, one's going up, the other one is going down. So right here is really cold, but I don't need the cold, so that is just venting to air. Here, the heat is building, so we just need to have more heat. And what I may end up doing is maybe another one of those on the other side. I'm not quite sure yet. But ideally we'd like to pump out the liquids this side. Ideally what we're going to get from the oil, and let's just look at the what is it now? It's kerosene is one of them. Let's see if this pops up a recipe. No, it doesn't. Okay, well, I need to look up the recipe. It's in here somewhere for steel casing. What was it we actually needed? Steel casing, black plastic, which needs a plastic mixer, which needs liquid plastic, which we need LPG for. So let's get it this way. So LPG. And LPG comes out of a refinery. With just 2 going, you get diesel and LPG. But with, let's just change that across. So we get diesel, kerosene, gasoline, and LPG. LPG, generally, I think that's used for plastics, but you can burn it as well. But we get more diesel out of this. So it's like another diesel can going in. But we can also burn the kerosene and gasoline as well if we wanted to. So now I guess we're just going to see how long this takes to heat up. It is still heating up to 100 degrees. So we'll have to wait for that to finish. And here's how... Yeah, that's filling up fairly well. That's up to 10k already, so I'm quite happy it's full on this side. Let's give that a few minutes and see what we get out. Okay, that's started fractionating now, and since end of fluid conduit can carry multiple fluids in one conduit, it's quite smart like that. We can just set up a single line coming out, and then hopefully just hook up one drum at a time. Diesel, diesel. Maybe it's actually not the case. Maybe we have to actually, let's get a review. We have to grab more endo, and maybe it only comes out from each of those. Where's my endo fluid? There we go. Like that. And then I guess we can use a bucket to filter this. Do I have a bucket? Yes, I do. There's not enough diesel. We have diesel elsewhere. That's fine. And we're going to filter you to say, I want that to insert only filter of diesel. And can we just actually set a priority? No, we can't. Okay. So then we just do the same thing with the rest, except I'm going to want to make sure this isn't diesel. Keep creating new diesel drums. We actually want something else. So maybe I block this from diesel. So if we just go to here. and insert only but blacklist diesel. That hopefully should work this time. Can I get rid of these by shift clicking? No, I guess I can't. We're going to go through a few diesel drums, and if I've got my magnet on, a few more. Let's get rid of you. Thankfully, iron is really cheap now. Let's see what we get next. Well, no diesel's coming in, that's good. So if I set number 2 to extract only, and always active, we get kerosene. Cool. So what I want to do is do the same thing with the excuse me, same thing with the rest, and then we'll end up with drums coming out of our fractionating column, our refinery. We've got gasoline and LPG to go. Now I've had to increase the number of compressors. Excuse me. I've had to increase the number of compressors here, and I've put these fluid tanks in place because what I'm hoping will happen is I'm hoping I can configure these such that they will take in the gasoline, not gasoline, well, in fact, it doesn't matter. We can use whichever one we get more of, and let's just use diesel. We can pipe that back into the top, and then maybe we can create this infinite loop. Well, hopefully. Well, not infinite. We got a cow that may have an expiry date, but that's fine. I don't want to pipe in oil, so we're going to have to go this way. And upwards from here. There we go. So if I set you to pump out, these are all whitelisted to their own fluids now. It's going to send it into the top. Now, there's not a great deal of it at the moment, but that should fill up. Except that, whoops, I may need to output this so it fills as one. Will that actually work? Can I configure it to output? Yeah, we can. Okay, so the bottom one. We can also configure you to output. So this should now act as a single large tank. And once this fills up, I mean, we can grab some from here temporarily to fill it up if we want to. But if it is good enough, and we'll have to see that over time, we should see this automatically filling these once these blocks of coal run out. But again, nothing doing at the moment because we've got plenty of coal to heat everything up, and that I've put one on either side. Pressure is at 3 bar on both sides and static there now, it looks like, the temperature. So the internals is 129. Not sure what you need optimally here, so you know, in future we might need even more of these vortex tubes. That gauge certainly seems to indicate that we should be maybe going further up, maybe in the middle of this gauge somewhere. I'll have to have a look, but the setup looks pretty good. Slightly annoyed at where that is, so what I may do is move that oil drum underneath and then just do some way of piping that looks a little bit better, but nothing for now. That's all well and good, pretty much done. We just need LPG now, which is what I was trying to get to in the first place, to make plastic. So what do we need for liquid plastic again? Well, I guess we can't get it that way. Can we see it this way? Plastic. There's far too much plastic. There we are, liquid plastic. No, we're going to have to go through that recipe again. Oh, steel casing. I will remember how to get to this fluid. Black plastic is what I should be searching for, clearly. So I need to go through something to convert thermopneumatic processing plant that takes LPG, produces liquid plastic, and it doesn't seem to take any pressure. But since it's thermopneumatic, I assume it means hot air. At least you'd hope that, wouldn't you? Thermopneumatic. Thermopneumatic. Process liquids. LPG and coal together work in this machine can produce liquid plastic. It can also be used in fuel cracking. heavy fuels can be cracked into light ones. So I guess, yeah, so diesel into kerosene, kerosene into gasoline, and gasoline into LPG. Fine, so we can get rid of all that extra kerosene and gasoline that we don't need at the moment and turn it into LPG, which I'm a fan of. And it's a very simple recipe. Let's go make one, shall we? Sorry, this episode is going to be lots of Pneumaticraft, unfortunately, but that's fine otherwise. Well, helps if we're heading in the right direction. So what do we want? It can crack things, but for now we can just take in LPG. So which one's our LPG drum? That is. So that's kind of handily laid out, an LPG in the middle. So maybe we could do something where they both go up and into a central thing which comes back down into the LPG drum. So where will you feed in from? Heat. This requires or produces heat. It can. Oh, okay, so we could use that, I guess, to heat up the fractionating column as well. Think of a vortex tube, but also lava and torches to cool down a machine. Remove the heat sources. Oh, great. So, can I actually just borrow some of you? Can I insert? Yeah, we can. Although it's not actually doing anything, so maybe I need to apply no value ingredients, add the right ingredients, or empty the output tank. Fine, so let's pipe in, hopefully just LPG. Where's the pipes gone? I thought I had more than that. Okay, well, that's a simple recipe as well. So glad once we get to fully automatic crafting. Unfortunately, that is going to be an ME. We could go by logistics tubes, but logistics network, but probably easier just to rush straight to ME in this particular playthrough, just because of the complexity and the sheer amount of later recipes. Oh, it was already my inventory. Wow, I'm blind today, I tell you. Fine, so we're going to go from here into here, maybe? Will you output? You will. Good. LPG going in. No valid ingredients, no room for output. So maybe we can actually do that. Maybe I just pipe in lava. That's certainly straightforward to do. We have lava already. I just need an ender tank. Yeah, let me give that a go. And we will be right back. Alright, so it actually meant that coal was just a not byproduct, sort of a sub-ingredient, if you like. We still needed heat as before, so yet more vortex tubes. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this, but for now, this certainly seems to be fine, and they seem to be steady state at 1.6 bar. So that keeps both the fractionating column in business. And are we building up? Yeah, I've got 9 buckets of kerosene, 9 of gasoline. So I'll probably set up a cracking process a little bit later to get more LPG. Or get an LPG cow. That would be even better, but I don't have one. I have been growing some cactus, so now we have everything we need. Are there any problems? No problems. Click on the plastic of the desired color in the plastic selection menu. So if I want black plastic, it's just going to make one. And the liquid plastic, in this case, this machine would normally need heat, but because it's being supplied by this processing plant, the liquid plastic, it doesn't need heat to actually make this. So that's pretty good. With that, what else did we actually need? That steel casing again. It's a difficult quest considering what we actually get. Steel, which we've already got, that's fine. And machine frame reinforced, which needs signalum gears, pulsating crystals. We can make those. Shiny we can make. Signalum. I can actually make a casting table, but that needs hardened. We can make these. We can make bronze. I've got plenty. Ferrous. Ooh. Oh dear. Well, I was hoping I could pour that, but I guess not. So we're going to have to make a die. It says mold, and the gears should be molded, but it's on a press, so it should be a die. Not quite sure what's going on there. So we're going to have to make a metal press, which is actually immersive engineering. See, I told you you need that engineer's hammer. Totally meant it. Where's my manual? Where's the manual? There we are. So the manual, oh my, that's small. We want, I guess, well, none of those really. There's no search function, so metal plates, maybe? Industrial hemp, coke oven, crude blast furnace. Fine, I'm going to have to look through this and I'll be right back. So we're going to need lots of steel for this one. Thankfully, it's been cooking up here. And let's just put away the rest of the stuff that I don't need right now. Facade and glowstone. Put you all away. Okay, so steel. I'm going to need to make a few things. Some steel rod. And they go into steel fences. And I'm going to need more of those. I'm definitely going to need more of those. So let's just make a double that, I guess, or triple that. Okay, so steel fences. And then back to more steel. Whoops. And we get steel scaffolding, which is one of the items we need. We need a heavy engineering block, which is going to require steel mechanical component, electrum, steel and pistons. Electrum, I think I have some of. What do you take? You take copper. Okay, let's withdraw some of those. Let's see if we got some in our main system. Hopefully we have. So, do we have enough for you? Yes, we got enough for 2 of those. We're going to need one of these blocks, I believe. Is that enough for everything? Yep, 2 blocks there. We need a conveyor belt. It needs to be the immersive engineering kind. Those are very cheap. Okay. And what else did the engineer's manual say? We need 3 steel scaffolding, a piston, conveyor belt, and we've got everything else. So we just need a piston. Just 1, and then we need the actual mold, unfortunately. We need the metal press mold, so that needs steel plate and a gold gear, or any gear. Will iron do? Come on, say iron. Iron would be great. Yeah, iron, we can get that. Steel plate, we can just get with an engineer's hammer, temporarily. So you'd need the engineer's hammer. And where have I put the thing? Hammer. Because I'm blind. Okay, and just a few steel converted would be fine. I'm not out of steel, am I? I'd have to put it into the system. That's probably why. Yeah, let's get a few of those back out. Grab you, put you in place, and get 3 of those. It was 4, wasn't it? Sorry, not 3. 1 more. And then we just need an iron gear, which hopefully we can make just with the other recipe for iron gears, which is this. And then we put these around it. Yep. Okay, so let's see if we can construct this. I'm not going to put it there. Put it near the steel, maybe. Near the pressure chamber. And you need torches. You badly need torches. There we go. Okay, maybe in front of the steel. We want to be able to pipe into it sooner or later. So I assume it's something along the lines of 1, 2, 3. And then what did the book say? Where's the book? Play. 1, 2, 3. Where's the belts? 1 piston and then the other belt. Okay, that's straightforward. Which way around do these belts go? Wrong way, of course. Let's go that way. Yep, and put the piston in place. Where are you? Can I rotate that? Yep. And finally, the heavy engineering block. Followed by the engineer's hammer. And we got a metal press. So if we insert the die, I'm going to call it a die rather than a mold. There we go. And what material was it? It was for the machine frames, wasn't it? Machine frame? Not you. You is ferrous. So do I have any nickel or ferrous ingots, I wonder? Let's give this a go. I do. Cool. So let's see if we can just drop it onto the conveyor rather than piping it in. It's going to need power though. Power. I could probably get from here. It's going to have to go into the top. That is annoying. Do I have any power anywhere nearby? I don't think I do. Hang on. I actually can do this temporarily. We can get one of these and the tanks I have on me, so that's fine. Seems like a bit much, but pipe in power that way. Put the lava generator on top. This is a bit much for just a metal press, but it's running. And then hopefully we can just put ferrous on the belt. We'll see. Will you just take it like that, or do I actually need to feed it on? No, I guess I need to actually feed this on. Fine, let's sort that one out. That's working. For some reason it just needed a conveyor belt at the start of it, and then it would actually feed on just fine. So if we put them in, it gets stamped, moved on, and will get automatically inserted into this chest. So we've got everything we need now. So it's now building. We just have to wait for the lasers. It's making the hardened version. Then it'll move on to the next version up, the reinforced. Unfortunately, I'm going to need more lasers underneath this. We've got plenty of power to be able to serve them. It's just that, well, there's not very many of those for what we actually need. So I'll wait for that to finish, and then we'll then drop that into the pressure chamber, along with a couple of other things, the black plastic, which I now have the ability to get. And we need steel, which is straightforward. Not steel scaffolding, steel. Okay, and that's pretty much that entire quest done. It seems like a long-winded way to get to that quest, but it is the gateway quest to get to mechanism stuff, which is Metallurgic Infuser, and then we head down this way into different methods of power. Rotten power? Turbines, solar, and a better solar. So, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I don't think there's anything else to cover. We're just going to actually finish off by doing this steel casing, and then seeing if we get any decent loot. And yeah, if we'll see you next time once that's done. Just giving me a second to wait for this. Okay, that's now all done, so we can head up to our pressure chamber, and what you're hearing is the safety valve. So that's working just fine. We can pop those 3 in, and hopefully it will insert. Yeah, it's inserting and changing, opening the doors, putting the next item in. What will probably happen, however, is that it may well drop the pressure. Let's see what the pressure is saying. Oh, it's still fine. It's still working. So, that's actually made into steel casing already. So, let's grab you. And that should be quest complete. Casings. I hope we don't need too many of those. We're probably going to need hundreds. Let's claim our loot chest. What did we get? It's been a long episode. Tier 1 chance pendant. Increase the chance of chance cubes by +10 when the block is broken. This is not a percentage increase. Common reward. Never mind, I don't need it at the moment, so I'll put it back into the system. So we've then got steel casings, and I assume they're then used to make the next item in. So we need Metallurgic Infuser. And what is the other item? Universal cable. Okay, what does the Metallurgic Infuser need? Just to check. He needs 1 steel casing. So we're probably going to need 1 for every machine we make in Mekanism. We can get grey plastic easily enough, osmium's easy enough. Transistor is also looks easy enough. We can make all of those. So yeah, I'm going to have to make those. And I think what I'll probably do is make them off camera, because you've seen enough of Pneumaticraft today to last maybe for a few more episodes. And I'll start to assemble the various Mekanism machines. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. See you next time, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Otherwise, follow me on Twitter at grayduster, and see you next time.